Hi, I'm Abby. I'm not one of these bass legends mentioned here, but here are a few tips to improve your bass playing. These are things I've learnt through studying different bass players, different techniques, and also things my teachers have told me throughout the years, which have had a significant impact on my playing. Firstly, I'm going to talk about hands. They are obviously the most important thing for a bassist, and a simple tweak can improve your playing exponentially. In terms of your left hand, try not to have flat fingers, making sure they are always slightly curled. This prevents not having the strings buzz, but also prevents injury. It will also make your instrument easier to play over time, as it will develop the strength in your hands. Another left hand tip is for intonation. You want to try and aim to have your hands just above the fret of the note for the most accurate and clear sound. If you're having trouble accessing the fretboard, which is very, very common if you're new, try doing hand stretches before and after you practice. Some of my go-tos are rotating wrists, making a fist, stretching back and forwards, and then individual fingers. You can also play a little higher up on the fretboard, as they tend to become narrower between 7 and 9, depending on how your bass is made. This will also help you gradually increase your dexterity and eventually stretch your hands to the point to get the lower frets. Also, just experiment with more comfortable fingerings as you play. For example, I often use my first and pinky at the bottom of the fretboard, as it is what I find most comfortable. You just need to find something that works for you. Moving on to your right hand, I would recommend having a standard place for when you play. My thumb often rests on the highest pickup. You can see these tiny scratches on my bass, which shows my hands are consistent. Just have a play around when you practice, find what is most comfortable, and eventually you'll have a consistent place for your right hand, not your left hand. My next point is to do with your ears. I think every musician can agree that your ears are the most important part of playing with people. One of the best ways to create more interesting parts is by listening to bass parts and then individually picking them out. You can take inspiration or imitate these parts to learn something and develop new funky ways of playing. It also helps you understand the role of the bass. It is often in the background, but essential for the groove and feel of the song. They always say the best bassists are the ones that you can't hear. Another thing you can do is listen to non-bass instruments. For example, Jacko used to imitate trombone solos on his fretless, and this eventually led to him having a very unique, distinct style. Contrary to this, when I want to not play can also help make you a better bassist. For example, breakdowns are a perfect example of when the bass suddenly kicks in, the crowd goes absolutely wild, just because of the way it's built up. So playing and not playing is also something you should consider. The next one may have some angry people in the comments. Come at me. In order to be better at music, you should learn theory. Hear me out. I can hear you all screaming. Theory isn't a set of rules, but more of a tool. Bass players hold a significant role in harmony, which I believe can make or break the song. Being confident in the notes of the chord or the spicy harmony will make it easier to create more dynamic bass parts and move away from often the monotonous root notes. Learning theory can also be essential for session players, as sometimes all we are told is this song is in B minor, and you've just got to roll with it. You've just got to know what you're doing. Not only is basic chord theory useful for harmony, it can also increase your confidence with the fretboard. Not just playing across the fretboard, but also up and down, because you can find out with the notes and where they are relative to the other notes. Anyways, that just about wraps up my tips for bass players. If you have anything you'd like to add, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. Apologies for missing last week's video. I was travelling for work, and I am trying my best to catch up on my regular upload schedule. Subscribe if you enjoyed. There's no pressure. If you would like to see more of this content in the future. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.